guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today is another sit down chat video with me. I've been trying to film a video for the last couple of days about gratefulness and why I place so much importance on waking up every day and being grateful for what I already have. But I found that I was finding it really difficult to explain that without giving a background knowledge of why I started to live my life that way, because it certainly wasn't something that I have done forever. It's only recently new in the last few years that I've decided to wake up every morning and write those things down that I'm grateful about. I spoke about that in my positive mindset video, so I'll put the link in the description below in case you want to watch that. So I thought today I would sit down and tell you a little bit about myself and the reason why I try and be grateful for what I have every single day. I've said it before, but it isn't always easy to wake up and tell yourself 5 things or 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for, but I feel that it really does put me in a positive mindset, and it's what I did to get myself out of a negative rut, I would say. So without getting too emotional, because it is like something that I still get really upset speaking about, when I was in high school I had a really hard time. I just wasn't surrounding myself with people who at the time served me much value, and as a teenager I think that's something that's really difficult to see, I guess. You're kind of a bit blinded by wanting to be liked by everyone. And it was at that time when I was in high school that I suffered a great deal of loss, and I lost a few people that were really, really close to me, and I guess I didn't have the skill set to handle that at the time. I would say that I was in a state of depression, but I was in complete denial of that, and I just was not willing to accept help at all. And it wasn't until I was turning 19, I think, that my younger cousin had an accident, and he was only 14 at the time, and it was a really tough 2 weeks for my family to see. Sorry, I'm trying not to get upset. It's something that it's very raw, and I don't speak about it too often. It was at a time where like all the people that I turned to, all the people that I loved the most were suffering as well, and I couldn't handle that. I'm such a family orientated person, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I was like angry at the world. So that was for 2 weeks. We were unsure of my cousin's state and if he was going to make it, and unfortunately on my 19th birthday he passed away. And that was really hard for me. We've always been like quite a close-knit family, so to lose someone is hard enough, but to lose someone that young, I think it really shook me, you know, and I didn't handle myself very well at all, and it took me probably about 3 or 4 years to really understand that I just wasn't myself. I was in this negative mood all of the time, and my parents were trying to get me to go and see someone about it, but I just was unwilling to accept it at that time in my life. And I can't say that it was anything that I did, but I just woke up one day and I just said to myself that I didn't want to feel like that anymore. I didn't want to be sad all the time. I would just sleep my days through. Like I would just sleep and sleep because I didn't have to face anything. And that was my way of getting out. So fortunately for me, I woke up one day and I just said, I just don't want to feel like this anymore. And I spoke to my mum, and we booked for myself to go and see a counsellor, and it was the best thing I ever did, because at the time I felt a bit stupid sharing like my problems, because I said to her, I know people are going through worse and blah blah blah, and she turned around and she said to me, the way you're feeling is completely normal. There are a lot of adults that would never go through what you've been through, because it wasn't just my cousin passing, it was lots of other things going on at the time as well. And for me that was just like the biggest sense of relief, that it was okay for me to not be okay, and that I just needed to build my skills up to learn how to deal with that a bit more. So going and seeing her was the best thing I ever did for my mental health. And then after that, I still really wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my life, and I was feeling a little bit lost, and that's when I started to exercise a little bit more, and that's where I found like that's where I clear my head the most. And then I would say I went through uni and all of that was stressful, and I read a book and it was like, you need to stop being like waiting for the next thing and be grateful for what you have right now, and that really struck a chord with me. So that is, I guess, why. And I guess losing someone that I loved so much and seeing my family go through such a hard time really made me appreciate the moments that I was living in. So I guess that's why I want to say to you all, wake up every day and thank the world, or whatever it is you might believe in, thank thank whoever it is or whatever it is that you have what you have. Like, stop waiting for and stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop waiting to have a bigger house and a better car and your dream job. Like, what do you have now that you're grateful for? Because there are so many things. Like, we should be grateful just to be able to wake up in a country where we can speak our mind without being harmed about it. You know, there are so many things to be grateful for. So I think me sharing that little part of me helps me to explain to you the importance of being grateful, because a lot of young people especially, I believe, think that they're entitled to so much stuff. Like, a lot of people live their lives thinking they're entitled to tomorrow, and from my experience, there isn't a single soul on this earth that is entitled to tomorrow. So I guess what I want to say to you is stop living your life through social media and stop comparing yourself to those other people, and think about you and what you have now. And I promise you, if you put out what you want to the universe, I'm such a big believer that it will deliver. You just have to live in the moment and be grateful for today. So I don't know if I'm rambling on or if that makes much sense, but I really felt the urge to share that little part of me, not for sympathy or anything like that, just to show you, I guess, where my gratefulness came from and where my positive mindset journey started, because I was living in such a negative state. I was angry at everyone. I was angry at the world. I was living in a fear that everyone around me was going to pass away, and it just made me so unhappy. And I'm just so thankful that something in my mind clicked and said, you don't need to feel like this anymore. Let's think about what you already have. Let's think about, not that you lost your cousin, but let's think about the memories that you all have together and how close you are as a family. So I challenge you all that tomorrow when you wake up in the morning, either write it down. I like to write it down, or you can just close your eyes and say 5 things that you're grateful for. And if you get into that habit, things just are easier, or I don't know what it is. You just start the day on a positive foot. Anyway, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to post this video or whatever it is, but I don't know. I just think that we all need to stop comparing ourselves and living our lives through social media, and just be thankful for the lives that we have and how lucky we are to be surrounded by people that love us. And okay guys, I'm going to leave that video here before I keep repeating myself. But if you do like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and I will see you next week.